Right, you thrash metal lunatics, living environment, crazies, lovers of all things science, and of course it's Hockey Jersey Thursday. I got my jersey on. How about you? Yeah. You can wear a jersey. We'll make it just Jersey Thursday. Hockey jerseys, football jerseys, baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, volleyball jerseys. I don't know, whatever you got. Jersey Thursday. I'm gonna wear hockey. All right, let's do today's Bellringer.
All right. Hey now. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class. And he's super cool. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
Man walked into a bar and ordered a glass of H2O. His friend said, "That sounds good. I'll have a glass of H2O too." His friend died. Isn't that a funny joke? Yeah, because you know that H2O2 is not water, it's hydrogen peroxide, which is a toxic chemical. And we know that there's an enzyme found in potatoes, like my friend here, Mr. Spud. Hey. Right? Potatoes called catalase. It's also found in your liver that will catalyze the reaction that turns hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, into more benign chemicals of water and oxygen gas. And we've been doing a lab where we tested two things, temperature and pH. We should have found the following. All right, temperature, right? And one was cold, one was like normal room temperature, and one was hot. You should have found that the coldest one really did the least amount of work. And the hot one also didn't do quite as much. That's because the heat was denaturing those enzymes. The room temperature, look at this, I'm at a level 5 on my test tube here for room temperature, right? So that's the first thing we tested. So that shows us that catalase likes a pH closest to room temperature. Too cold or too hot, it doesn't work as well, right? That's what that tells us. All right, let's get that in focus, yeah. Then when we tested pH, we had an acid, we had neutral pH, and we had a basic pH. And we should have found again that the one that was neutral had the most bubbles because they like a specific pH. They like it close to just neutral, close to 7. This one, acid environment, the acid denatured a lot of that enzyme. Same with the very basic environment. The enzymes were denatured, but at the neutral pH, that's what they like. The enzyme was looking at it, it's still cranking, right? Making oxygen out of hydrogen peroxide, turning it into hydrogen peroxide, turning the hydrogen peroxide into oxygen and water. All right, so that's our lab. When we meet in lab today or tomorrow, we're gonna do the conclusions together to make sure we got the right things. And I'm gonna show you how to use sheets to make a graph. Today, of course, we're gonna study some more cell membrane. We've been studying the cell membrane this week. It's gonna lead up to a big lab, one of our New York State labs about cell membranes, which we'll do next week. And the cell membrane is probably the most important part of the cell because it controls what goes into and out of the cell. And we've learned that the cell membrane is a fluid, but we call it the fluid mosaic model because floating in this fluid of lipid are proteins and other lipids and carbohydrates and other receptors and carrier proteins and channel proteins and all kinds of stuff going on in this mosaic of chemicals. All right? So let's have a good Hockey Jersey Thursday. Yeah, let's do the Bellringer.